I got a real question. So you say Zoro and Sanji are equal, right?
Yeah.
So why can't Mihawk? You say Mihawk and Shanks can't be equal because Shanks is godly Haki, right?
Well, that's part of the reason why, but yeah.
Okay, so why can't Zoro be like? Why can't there be gaps between Zoro and Sanji? The same way you have gaps between Shanks and Mihawk, even though Zoro has way superior Haki than Sanji.
No, because it depends on the. Not every Haki user is created equal, right? Like there are gonna be Haki users that are stronger, some be weaker. Like for example, all the elders have Conqueror's Haki, but they still got knocked out by the Joy Boy Haki knot, or they got like detransformed. So the idea is simple then. Not everyone has Conqueror's Haki on that level. Like only right now, only Joy Boy and Shanks, probably Roger too, but only Joy Boy and Shanks have that level of Conqueror's Haki. That's literally it.
Akainu too.
Akainu for wait see that's your guess. You just threw Akainu in the mix, and nobody said that. Nobody said that, bruh. Akainu, nobody said that, and you know that's cap. Like this Haki.
I have a high Akainu agenda, like.
But even still, though, it's like the problem with Akainu is that he could be strong, but this Haki seems to be very unique in terms of how. The only person we know right now in the story that can do that based on what they showed before is Shanks. So Shanks did the same thing, but his had hostility to it. Where like, remember when he powered down Green Bull, the other boys in his crew were starting to get knocked out.
Yeah, they were getting knocked out.
Right,
he can't control it as well.
Right, so his has more hostility, but the power is the same power, where he's able to like negate abilities wholesale with his own Conqueror's Haki. It's like in the film Red Volume 4 Billion, they said, which is canon, well at least that part, this part's canon, where they said that his Haki is so strong. Yeah, he can kill. So the only way this works for Mihawk is that if Mihawk has better sword skill to the point where he can overcome the Haki deficit between Shanks and him. But the problem is that Oda is clearly saying to the audience that right now the most powerful ability in the story is Haki.
Yeah, okay, I understand that, but I feel like you guys on that side, you guys like way too much downplay his Haki. Like I think his Haki is going to be just as good as
Mihawk?
Yes. To be that strong, to have a black blade, the second person to have a black blade, and the strongest blade in the series, you have to have insane Haki. And I think Zoro's going to reach that level as well.
Hold on, but here's the question though, right? What makes a black blade?
I mean, it's not, we don't know yet. Like Oda hasn't delved into that yet.
Exactly. We don't know makes a black blade to a black blade, so we don't necessarily know if it's like, you know, like you have the most powerful Haki, because right now the strongest Haki in the story is whatever Joy Boy did. Joy Boy's Haki, according to Joy Boy himself, is the strongest Haki, not black blades. He would have said like black blades would have been no. The strongest Haki is the Joy Boy Haki knot. Northern Haki, if black blades are, let's say, a Haki thing, they are still inferior to the Joy Boy Haki knot, because Joy Boy himself said that's the strongest Haki.
I can agree with that, but I think Mihawk's Haki is going to be comparable to Shanks, like when he gets to fight.
No.
Like, why can't that be the case though?
Because in order for that to be the case, it comes into question why we see X, Y, and Z in Marineford. But that's, you can argue, well, hey, it's Marineford. Oda don't want to show things there for Haki. Fair enough, fine.
I mean, Marineford's not really a good scaling.
Sure, I'm not gonna deny that in terms of, let's say, Haki showcase, fair enough. But then in terms of like Haki ability right now, the people that they compare, like when you think about, let's say for example, what Oda has the intent to do for the story, and we get to see, like I think in chapter 1121, we get to see all these guys that are very prominent in the story that are gonna be like, let's say, moving the story forward along for the future. Not one Mihawk panel's in that shit. Not a single Mihawk panel, right? And then the Giants, the Giants, Dory and Brogy, who have seen the like the strongest Hakis in the story so far, they compare the Joy Haki to Shanks. So, and then on top of that, when Shanks appeared on the Whitebeard ship, they all said that's some insane Haki. No one, Mihawk never gets Haki glaze. Like he has strong Haki. No, he had plenty of chances. What do you mean?
No, he had
no. We're not doing that.
Cole, he had one arc where he didn't give a fuck to fight. He didn't care. He literally
That's not true. That's not true.
And then when Shanks pulled up, he literally left. He literally left when Shanks pulled up.
Yeah, he left because he didn't want to fight Shanks and company, obviously, because that would be on the panel.
He pulled up. He pulled up on Shanks by himself in front of his crew and bitched him in front of himself. Like we're not going to do that. He pulled off
to do what? To give him a message. It was to literally say, hey, yo, by the way, here's Luffy Company, here's Cruise Entry. That's it.
And Shanks said, let's settle the score. And Mihawk said, no, you're a one-armed has. I don't want to fight with you because you're weak as to me.
Again, no, he didn't say, okay, listen, he's a one-armed has-been because we all know that he doesn't have the same sword skills that he used to have. Like think about it. When Mihawk's bounty is revealed to us, what do they say? Mihawk has the greatest sword skill, or he has greater sword skill than even the Red-Haired Emperor.
Shanks.
Right, yeah.
And then and then after that said he's the strongest swordsman in the world.
Yeah, but again, but here's what you're missing, okay? Being the strongest swordsman in the world doesn't mean that you're the strongest person wielding a sword. It means that you have the greatest sword skill.
Okay,
that's all it's telling you.
What is Shanks? What is Shanks then? Is he not a swordsman?
Shanks is a swordsman, and that's what I said before. That in terms of sword skill, Mihawk is the best. Mihawk, in terms of sword skill, can do better things than Shanks can. In fact, right now, Zoro can too, probably. Honestly,
I want you to answer this. If Shanks and Mihawk fight,
yes,
1v1, like they had a full-on fight, and they're not holding back. Do you think they're gonna turn off Haki? They're not gonna use Haki. Is that what you think is gonna happen?
No.
Like it's offensive.
They're going to use Haki, but Shanks' Haki is going to be too overwhelming for Mihawk.
I don't think so though, because he has better sword skill according to the Marines, and his Haki's gonna be comparable.
Yeah, but better sword skill doesn't mean better Haki, dude.
And he has a black blade, something Shanks has never done. Roger has never done.
But again, just based on Joy Boy's own statements, if the strongest Haki is what we see with the Haki Knot in the series, and then Shanks' Haki is being compared to that Haki, then the Black Blades do not have the strongest Haki. Just based on Joy Boy's statements alone. Because Joy Boy has strongest Haki. Not the Black Blades, not Ryoma.
But Shanks' Haki is not better than Joy Boy's either.
No, it is, but you can argue they're comparable. No. You can argue they're comparable. Wait. You know, they are comparable because in terms of power, they do the same thing. It's hostility.
They're not comparable.
They are.
Shanks was literally knocking.
Wait.
He was
then why the Giants compare them? Why the Giants? Wait. Then why the Giants? Then no, because
Dorian and Broggy are not. They're not good sources, bro. Like they
that's cap. That's cap. That's cap. You know that's cap. That's cap. You know that's cap. You know that's cap. You know that's cap. You know that's cap.
They're trash.
You know that's cap, and you know that's cap because we literally have Dorian Broggy be like they've been around Herald. They've sailed the world and seen powerful Haki users across the entire planet, right? But they're comparing it to Shanks, and again, Shanks has a similar feat. The only difference between Shanks and Joy Boy is that Joy Boy had no hostility towards any allies, where Shanks did have some hostility towards allies. That is the only difference between Shanks' Haki, Joy Boy feat, between those two Haki feats. That's it. It's hostility.
Okay, but wouldn't that difference mean that his Haki cannot be compared to? Because Joy Boy could.
But the Giants are comparing it. But the Giants are comparing it.
Bro, Dorian Broggy are Shanks Glazers, bro. Like, you cannot take their statements serious.
Half the planet is our Shanks Glazers. Luffy's a Shanks Glazer.
No, I mean, we don't care about Luffy.
What?
I don't care what Luffy thinks.
Wait. When Shanks pinned down Green Bull from 45 miles away, what did everyone say? Yo, where'd that insane Haki come from? Yo, even Yamato, who fought against Kaido on the rooftop 1v1, said, yo, that was some insane Haki. All right. So she knew that Momonosuke was saved only because of that insane Haki that came out of nowhere.
No one's arguing her Haki or Shanks' Haki is not like top tier.
No, what you're saying is that somehow Mihawk is on that same level.
Yeah, I do.
No, but there's no evidence for that. You're just guessing.
Bro, if they fought for so many years, equally, like relative power, and then Mihawk became the strongest sword and got a black blade, something Shanks Roger couldn't do. Bro, what's crazy? I used to be a Shanks guy, right? Like I used to be on the Shanks team, but then when I saw what Zoro was doing in Wano, I saw what Zoro was doing. No, when I saw what Zoro was doing to Kaido and in Wano. And I'm like, bro, if Zoro is doing this to Kaido, imagine what Mihawk is doing to him. Wait, what Mihawk is doing to Shanks.
Wait, what the hell did Zoro do to Kaido?
He gave him a permanent scar, and he did better feat than Odin.
Hold on, no, wait, you know that's not true, right? You
told me not true. He fought a stronger Kaido. And he was fucking burnt out. And he had broken bones. He had broken bones, and he did it better feat than Odin. On a stronger Kaido.
Hold on. But if that's the case, why did Zoro himself regret not being able to put Kaido on his knees?
Bro, because he had broken bones and it was not a 1v1.
No, my boy. No, you're obfuscating hella hard. No, you know because it's obvious. The attack wasn't strong enough.
No, I'm not saying Zoro's going to be Kaido there. I'm just saying his feat that he performed comparable to Oden was better.
It is true that Kaido is stronger in real time than was back in the flashback. True. But at the same time, the damage, when you compare the damage that Zoro did to what Kaido did compared to what Oden did to Kaido, the damage is clear the case that Oden did a better job. And we know, wait. And we know for a fact that Oden is a better samurai than Zoro, because Zoro himself acknowledged that the strength he needed to put in Enma was almost going to kill him.
Yes,
but Oden did that shit like it was easy.
Yes, and I'm talking about current.
So so by default, Oden is a superior samurai than Zoro. In fact, Oden is probably very close to Mihawk in terms of power. Oden is the only other samurai in the story outside of Ryoma and Mihawk to be associated with the Black Blade. He was close to making his. No, wait, think about it though. They said that he was close to doing that. He was on the verge of doing that, but he died.
But he didn't get one. But he didn't.
I know, but the fact that he was so close to doing that is indicative of his skills. Zoro's feat is good, but Zoro's feat, just because we know by default he's not as good as a samurai as Oden, his feat's not as good, and even visually it's not as good either.
Okay, we're gonna agree to disagree, but I want to get to one more thing. I saw this on Twitter. Why do you have Katakuri so fucking close to Zoro? I don't understand that.
Oh, because it's easy. Katakuri, I think, is probably outside of Ben Beckman. He's the second strongest right hand man in a young.
He's not stronger than King. He's not strong than King.
No, he is, for sure. Katakuri's lapping King. Katakuri is dog walking King.
How was he?
Katakuri's dog walking. He's dog walking him, bro.
How was he
damaging King? Dog walking him, bro. Like maybe like high to extreme diff at most.
Bro, you're running for the question. How was he damaging King? I've never met a single Katakuri fan. I've never met a single Katakuri fan.
Why do people say this stuff? So you do realize that King can be damaged by any attack damn near if it's powerful enough if his flames are off.
Do you think Katakuri will push King to the point that he has to turn off his flames? Because I don't think he's the strongest.
Brother, he's beating King. Yes. I mean, what do you mean?
How was he damaging
It's the reverse. The reverse is how far can King push Katakuri? That's the real question.
He can't hurt King.
Reread specifically chapter, I think it's 1034. Reread that chapter again. Zoro himself admits that when he is like using his ACOG, he can't damage King even though King has his flames on. So even with ACOG on, he can't damage King. No. Wait. There's a
point in that chapter.
Wait. No. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, well, there's a point during that fight where King starts to block the attacks of Zoro, even though King has his flames on. And then Zoro says, like, why block my attacks now? Are you scared? You know? So like King starts to feel fear. He starts to lose composure during that fight. But Zoro himself literally states beforehand, "Hey, I know I can't damage King the Wildfire when his flames are on, and he has ACOG on."
Why was he blocking then? If it's moot anyway, if it's moot to block, why is he blocking? If it's
I just told you, it's about the mental state of King. No, I told you it's the mental state. Wait. Literally, Zoro says, I point out, Zoro says in that chapter, hey, are you afraid?
Okay. And my point is, do you think Katakuri will ever push him to that point? Because I think no.
I will tell you right here. It's easy, okay? Katakuri, and anyone can damage a Lunarian whenever their flames are off. All right, we see that we know that through, let's say, the Seraphim. If their flames go off, you can damage them. All right, even Rob Lucci, even so Zoro, who had a Conqueror's Haki at that point in time, mind you didn't know, he said specifically you can damage Lunarians when their flames are off. So it doesn't matter.
Katakuri can push him to the point. That's the thing I'm saying.
Katakuri was so powerful to where even though he had no Conqueror's Haki, his Armored Haki was still better than Snake Man Armored Haki during that fight come the end of it, okay?
What do you mean? Advanced Haki, it doesn't matter. If it's not advanced, it does not matter.
Wait, hold on, time out. Wait, hold on.
King has better durability.
Wait.
He has better durability than Kaido.
No. Yeah, he does, but that doesn't matter. What does Zoro say in Egged Island? He said that you can damage a Lunarian once their flames are off. He told that to Luffy, to Kaku, and to Lucci. Kaku could damage a Lunarian, and he has no advanced Haki or Conqueror's Haki infusion. Zero. but he could damage a Lunarian. Lunarians can be damaged when their flames are. When Zoro tells you that, it's a universal statement about how their powers work. A Lunarian takes more damage when their flames are off.
Bro, I know that. But I
Okay,
don't think
so
Katakuri
you don't
can push him to that point,
so you don't need advanced Conqueror's Haki, or you don't need any
Yes, you
infusion
fucking
Haki.
do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Where does it say that?
Bro, Katakuri cannot push him to the point where he has to turn off his
No,
flames in order to damage.
no. Don't deviate now. Where does it say
I've been saying
that
this the whole
Conqueror's?
argument.
Where does it say that Conqueror's Haki infusion or advanced Rio Haki can only damage Lunarian? Where does it say that?
King vs. Zoro fight.
No, nor does it say
panels are there.
that.
The panels are there.
No, wait, there's no panels that say that.
The panels
There are
are there.
no panels that say that. In fact, Zoro says the reverse on Egget Island.
And yet King had to block. King had to block Zoro with his flames on.
Why? Okay,
With his ACOG. With his
then
ACOG.
why? Wait, no. Then why did Zoro say his flames are on? There's no point attacking him.
Yet King literally blocked. He was still blocking.
But what? Because King started to literally get scared during the fight. That's
And
why
you
Zoro
think-
called him
That's
out.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You think Katakuri's going to push King to the point where he's scared to turn on his flames? That's what you think.
Okay. Let's flip it around, okay? Since we know for a fact that even guys like Rob Lucci and Kaku can damage Lunarians, even though they have no advanced
They
Haki
can't.
at all. They can't because Zoro said they could.
They ain't King though.
But his abilities work the same. They work the same. All right? Because their lines based on his DNA. So the powers work the same. Since we know that fact, we can then dissect how the combats of King versus Katakuri work. King is a dumbass. Katakuri is a tactical genius. Katakuri is so fast that when Kaido needed Future Sight to dodge Snake Man. Katakuri was instantly timing that the moment Homeboy did Snake Man. So in terms of so even when King's in speed form, he's barely hitting Katakuri. He's barely touching Katakuri on the regular. And then Katakuri's Mo Spear and his barrage of punches can do damage to King when he's in speed form because even guys like Rob Lucci and Kaku can do damage to Lunarians when their flames are off.
Do you think Katakuri's reacting to Kizaru just because he has Future Sight?
Yeah, what do you mean? Of course. That's what Luffy did.
Fuck? Oh my god, you're crazy. You think he can react to Kizaru? Light speed Kizaru? Okay,
wait. Oh, of course. Luffy and Snake Man did.
Wait. No, he didn't. He got neck dipped by Kizaru.
Hold on. Wait. You know that there was actual fight that happened beforehand, right? Like he literally did it.
He was neck dipping Gear 4. What are you talking about?
But we do understand that there was a trade of blows. Like when Luffy had the orbs in his face, he was no. Hold on. If you understand that, then you know that Katakuri, who has better that category of Haki than Luffy does, is able to do the same shit, effectively speaking. But King of the Wildfire can't.
And then he's going to get accelerated and kicked to a barrier, just like Luffy did.
You're talking about one attack specifically where Kizaru darted away. He goes off coast. Wait, I'm telling you, I know how exactly, right? Kizaru darts away. He goes off coast. Then he goes like beyond light speed, and then he kicks Snake Man Luffy. But remember, when Luffy had the orbs in his face and Snake Man, he was timing the orbs of light and he was blocking them shits.
You're wrong, Cole, but I respect it, bro. I respect it.
All right, I started up.
See you. Bye-bye.